What up, though? Ledge here, chill with me, back again. Got to do the recap for the Riot card division that happened on Twitch, on King of the Dot streaming channel on Twitch. It was a pretty solid event. Shout out to all the MCs. Shout out to Kev, Geechee, the rest of the staff who put this thing together. Really showcase some talent from different parts of the regions. You had some people from the South, had some people from the Midwest, and of course, you had a lot of West Coast talent, vets and up and comers doing their thing, and it was a pretty entertaining event. Um, there was some standout performers. There were some people who dropped the ball and kind of fumbled some opportunities. And then there were some really dope back and forth battles on here as well. So you kind of got a bit of everything. It was worth it. And, you know, it was free. It was free on Twitch. And this was better than, some battles that people pay for, or some battles that people, events that people used to pay for. So it was a dope card. I just wanted to give it a proper recap on how I felt the event went. I don't remember the order, but I'm gonna try to go in order. But I'm probably gonna do terrible. But I'm just gonna go through what I remember. Excuse me, how it kicked off and how it started. Started the day with G Will versus Gray Fox. Who they what like? If I show you the flyer, they're not on the card. Like you don't see their name at all. Just added on to the scene. G Will's an up and comer, probably the rookie of the year in my opinion for the West. Over there in the West, Gray Fox is a guy who's been around for a while. Um, I believe Nova Scotia, and also people. Last time people seen him was versus Saint. Saint kind of did him a little dirty, but he bounced back in this one, man. I thought he was really good. Thought he showed a little more professionalism, a little more veteran, what I'm saying, know how, a little poise, just a little more patience with his structure and delivery. G Will was like, he was trying to be in his bag, but I felt like he was speeding through his material. He had some dope punches. He had probably one of the better bars of the battle. I think it was in the second round. But all in all, you can still see that there's some things he needs to work on to get him to that next level. And he's been way more consistent than this battle will show you. So you want to cut him some slack, but Gray Fox, he was on a mission, man. He was talking heavy. He got that battle 2-1 to me clearly. But G Will is still dope. Doesn't take nothing away from his ability. So we will see him again on cards. So G Will definitely is for the future. But that's one he just gotta take the L on, and he's been humble about it. He said, it wasn't my best. I accept that L, and I'm gonna move on and get to work. So shout out to him. All right. I believe Lucky Desperado versus Profane was next. As you can see on the card, there towards the bottom. Lucky Desperado versus Profane, man. 3-0 Lucky Desperado. No need to talk. Profane was horrible. He was very slow and deliberate with his delivery. Like sometimes I don't know if that was his style or was he like trying to remember his lines. Lucky, Lucky was good. He could have been better. Like this could have been a body bag. But I even feel with Lucky, he was kind of slow getting into his punches because his build ups were a little lengthy. Like his first, even if like it started with the first round, like it was like this long build up. He was warming up, and he finally got a punch that got crowd reaction, and had people like, "Ooh, okay." But he did that a lot. It was a lot of these long, drawn out build ups, and the punch wasn't worth the build up. You get what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna take these long build ups like Big T used to do, like Verb used to do, like you want to take them long build ups and setups and things like that, it gotta have a powerful payoff. And some I just didn't feel like it was powerful at times. But he did way more than enough to beat Profane. Profane just wasn't it this battle. Hopefully, he gets his head in the game and steps it up because he got to step it up if he, especially if you want to be on cards like this with thousands watching you. You know what I'm saying? So just my take. Just my it was a horrible display. All right. Now let's get into a goodie, potentially, and in my opinion, the battle of the night. I remember this being third or fourth. I could be, but Fate versus G Lo, glasses on glasses crime, glasses on glasses crime. You know, Fate versus G Lo. G Lo is been on URL a bunch. Seen him on Gates of the Garden a lot. He's really cool homies with Chef Trez. They traveled to come to this event together. Last time I seen G Lo, like on it, like in a card that matters or something of any significance, I personally had him beating Brooklyn Hands. I thought he got that. Brooklyn Hands was nice, but G Lo was talking. He was talking. Uh, and Fate, he's had an incredible year as far as grassroots is concerned over in the West. I feel like he is one of the premier new punchers in the game. Like it's only a handful that can punch with him. He punches crazy, and let's keep in mind that he doesn't cuss. Like you know how crazy he got to be on that list, and he don't cuss. You don't cuss, huh? And he's not using gun bars anymore. Like he stopped that, so you're not cussing, you're not using gun bars, and you're punching crazy still. It's different, man. It's really different. I really respect that. This battle goes down to the wire, honestly. Every round was above average. There was no, that was a cool round. No, every fucking round was superb. From G Lo, from Fate, it's preference. It's just, I feel like G Lo showed a little bit more veteran, just experience with his ability to kind of pace himself a little more properly, and also add little elements of just charisma, a little humor, before he get into his shit. Then third round he got into like his story mode, and landed with a beautiful haymaker. The same thing I was telling Lucky Desperado. Like you're gonna have these long buildups. The haymaker gotta be a big payoff. G Lo did that. Got into the story mode, and the punch to end it, to like bring things full circle, was executed beautifully. I felt like Fate's best round was probably that second, where he was spazzing crazy, because I feel like people, like not me, I actually give this battle to Fate by an edge, but I gotta see that battle. Geechee, drop that battle. Drop that. That shit better drop either on New Year's or before New Year's, or I'm giving Geechee bars. I'm telling you. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now, Gotti. I already owe you. I owe you. I told you I ain't forgot what you was trying, how you tried to troll Nico. I owe you some bars. So you better drop this very soon. Alright? Nah, that's my guy. But honestly, the first round was really close. I edged that to Fate by a hair, but Chilo was talking to him. He was talking to him really strong, really strong. The second round, I felt like Fate edged that because it's almost like he seen that the crowd was kind of leaning towards G-Lo. And that second round, he hit like a little level where he wasn't missing. He was not missing. So it was a good battle, man. Battle of the night, in my opinion, man. And I edged it, Fate edge. I'm proud. The battle can drop, and I could probably easily see myself switching over to G-Lo. Like that's how good the battle was. Either way, I ain't mad at it, but it's a really good battle. When y'all watch that battle, come back and tell me, was I bugging or was that not one of the better battles you've seen this year? It was really good, really good, man, really good. And I want to credit Nico for that because I feel like the face off helped with that. They had like a little pre face off on Nico TV, Pill Your Cat Radio. Shout out to Nico. Go to Nico TV on YouTube. They was talking. G-Lo was trying to get him up out of here, and Fate told him, "I'm gonna do my talking when it's time to." He was talking that shit. So shout out to them. Battle of the night for me, man. Battle of the night for me, and I'm glad it came on early and not late. It had the crowd's attention for sure. It woke the building up. It woke the building up for sure. Woke the building up. Like I said, I'm gonna try to go in order. I'm probably getting this wrong, but I believe after that was what was probably after that. I want to say Grizz and KD, Young Grizz versus KD. Like I said, I'm probably not going in order, but it's whatever. Young Grizz versus KD. Young Grizz, you know him on the West. Um, Last time you seen him like maybe over there in the URL, like in a significant battle, was against Cuban in the DMV, in which a lot of people got him beating Cuban over there. I definitely did. I thought he clearly won, but you know, he's been doing this thing on the West this year, putting in work. Check out his battle versus Drix, one of the better battles you will see. KD, St. Louis, awesome, awesome. Just one of the few, one of the few guys that people are talking about in the new Midwest movement. It's a lot of us. It's a lot of us. It's a lot of them over there. I mean, I'm from the Midwest, so you know what I mean. But it's a lot of them over there. Between you got him, Trufo, Piranha, Coogee. Like you just keep going. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of them are emerging. Fonz, of course. It's kind of like headlining that list. And he's another one who's just not really not one to play with. I came into this battle. I did edge Grizz to win this battle. Uh, and I might have said clearly. I don't know. To be honest with you, see that's how you know I'm not biased. From the Midwest, but I think I had Grizz coming into this battle winning comfortably, not clearly, comfortably. I was like maybe 2-1 comfortably. You know what I'm saying? One round might be close, then he might clearly win the other round. KD might get the next round. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But upon further review, KD got this pretty comfortably. He definitely got the first round. First round was nothing to talk about. He came out with intensity, just just witty, aggressive, in his face, barking, punching, um, hitting them with soul food. Y'all know I like soul food when you talking. You know what I'm saying? Grizz was cool, and then like the second round, I was on the road, so I was listening to the Grizz round, but it kept breaking up. And the things I heard in the second from Grizz was so dope, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna probably edge him this round, but I didn't know that he stumbled until people told me. Like a couple of people told me actually. So if you're stumbling, I can't give you that round. So you down 2-0 already. Now Grizz might have got the third, but even then, it wasn't overly impressive. Although I don't know, it was the second or third. He tried some like where he goes behind his homeboys and like switches up his disguise and puts on a different bucket. I just thought that was poor execution. Even the thought of it wasn't good to me. Like even if you executed it properly, I don't think I would have went crazy for that personally. But so you got to give these guys chances to try and be creative. He tried, it just didn't work. KD 2-1 clearly, in my opinion. So that's how that battle went. What was next on the card? I believe, like I said, I don't remember the order well enough. I'm gonna go just say Ratchet versus LL Cool G. This was probably one of the more disappointing battles because I've seen them both spaz. I've seen them both be much better than this, honestly. I just seen LL Cool G locally here in Flint, Michigan, battle somebody named E Real, and that was like one of the better Coogis I've seen in a minute. One of the better Coogis I've seen in a minute. Then with Ratchet, he battled Fate on the last Riot card, and some of his material was just outstanding. The whole, you know, what do you say? Turn your throwback inside out. Something about the real definition of a name flip. I probably butchered that line, but that line was hard. One of the best lines of that battle. Like I just didn't get any of that in this battle from either. I edged Coogee 2-1. I feel like, and he called me too because he heard me on Nico's show talking about the butting mash shit, where it's like he's just tap tap tap. I'm just going this same speed the whole battle, and he's not slowing down at parts. And I want him to remember, I'm not saying you have to just become head ice and just rap monotone and slow delivery the whole battle. But I do think it's important to show that you can switch different speeds and tempos and bring different elements in. He hadn't really do that, but I felt he won because I just thought his material was better. I felt like Ratchet, it just his punches really didn't land too heavy to me. Maybe I gotta see it again. Maybe I missed it, but I thought his best round was the second. Started getting to his angle bag, started kind of breaking Coogee down a bit. I thought the second was, I actually thought his second was the best round of the battle. I will say that. But the first and third, there was really nothing too much to discuss. Coogee kind of just took those just off having better punches, pretty much. And that battle kind of came and went. It was solid. It wasn't a terrible battle. It's not like let me turn this off, but it's just with all these other battles that happen, it's not the one that you're like, oh, let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me tune into this one again. But these guys are better than that. So watch other battles of theirs to really get a really good a good view and a good judge on how they really work. All right, so let's move on. After that, like I said, I'm probably fucking this order up. I believe it might have been Cali Smooth versus Loso. I could be wrong, but I believe it was Cali Smooth versus Loso, and that is another candidate for Battle of the Night. I got it ranked second as far as the best battles go. Um, fire battle from both, man. Cali Smooth came out. I feel like his first round he came out just showing his ability to rap. Like I can rap with the best of them. And I think his that first round is underrated because he's not really punching crazy. He's not heavy angling in that first. It's just really good punching and rapping and wordplay. And in this era, that's kind of not like what everybody cares about. So it might get underappreciated. But I thought the round was fire. I just thought what Loso did in that first, he set the tone to like I'm here to talk to you. I'm going to still rap too. Like I'm still going to rap well, but I'm going to talk to you as well. And he kind of had the one up on that. He had jokes, he had bars, he had wordplay, punching, um, crowd control, just presence. Like you can tell he been on the stages where it matters most and really getting that work in. Is he very polished? And I gave him the first round. I feel like the second round, Smooth started getting more direct, and that shit paid off. He was really good in the second round, man. I gave him that round, although Loso had some moments in that second round as well. Um, Loso was good all three rounds, honestly. It was 1-1 going to the third, in my opinion, and that's not like just me doing it just for suspense or anything like that. I really had Cali in the second. I think the third I edged Smooth as well slightly. Now people are saying he used fake angles or some things weren't true. I seen Oops, who's a Horseman member, saying like he got to work on telling the truth or something like that. Look, man, like I always tell y'all, this shit is wrestling to me. In wrestling, storylines are made and they aren't real, but they're compelling. That's how I treat battle rap. That's how I treat battle rap. All right, so he executed wherever point he was trying to portray. Wherever point he was trying to get it across, he got it across very well in a rap form. And I gave him that round by a hair. Loso again was dynamite in that third, but I slightly edged Cali Smooth. I think after this battle, Smooth shall get more plates that are significant because he was talking about hanging it up like earlier this year in the middle of the year. Then he got Oops, which was a nice plate. Then he gets Loso, which is a nice plate. His career's been reinvigorated, so hopefully we see more Smooth. But if you long as he in this pocket and he's like really rapping, I'm looking forward to it. So that, like I said, second battle of the night, and yeah. Next we had real name Brandon versus Chef Trez. Performance of the night, not battle of the night. But performance of the night goes to real name Brandon. He had some quotable lines in there that were heavy. The grandma line about getting a stick. Like, like, it's viral on Twitter. He, like, just look it up. Real name has some quotable lines on there. The thing about Chef Trez, he's always good. But what I noticed about him is you can pretty much, if you put a lot into the first, you're going to get the first over him 9 times out of 10. He's not a out the gates like, I'm hitting you. That's like his fill out round, and that happens a lot. Like his first rounds never be overly strong and powerful. It really doesn't. But you know that second, that Chef Trez second, he turned it up. It was very reminiscent of like what Fate when Fate heard G-Lo's first, and he turned it up. It was like Trez, like, oh, this real name. And I'm sure he knew real name was a threat, but he was like, oh, we doing this. Hit him with the rebuttals. He gonna OD on that and get you up out of here. And he was just spazzing. I thought he clearly got the second, in my opinion. But real name was talking too. He was talking too, man. And it really comes down to the third where Brandon just put his foot on the gas and didn't let up at all. Now he probably rapped significantly longer, but it just didn't matter. The material was so good. I didn't care how long he rapped. He could have rapped for eternity. He was talking to Trez, man. He was talking to him. That battle fire too, though, low key. I think people were under. I just think because Trez kind of started out slow in the first, I don't got it up for battle of the night with Cali Smooth and Loso and Fate and G-Lo. But it's probably the third best battle in my opinion. I won't, if we doing the top three, it's probably the top three. I thought Trez was good second and third. It just real name had a point to prove. He ain't battled in like 8 or 9 months or something like that. So he had a lot of material to get off, and he got it off. He got it off, man. I seen Marv one tweet like he want to talk to Brandon. There's gonna be a lot of people want to talk to Brandon. Suge, come out, yo, Suge, shotgun. Hmm. I don't think you talked to somebody like him in a while. It's been a minute. I don't think you had somebody that can talk like this in a while. So let's get it. Let's see that. Real name Brandon, performer of the night. He got to get more plates and more plates and more plates and more plates. You feel me? He was he was he was a beast. He was a beast, man. What else we had? What else we had? We had, I believe, El Out of Mayor versus Moon was next. A good battle. Some people like this battle much more than I did. I thought it was a good battle. I didn't think it was great or outstanding. I thought solid is the word. It was solid. El Out of Mayor, he's nice. They love him over there in the West. Moon, a veteran, well traveled. He's been in the game for so long. So long. Before URL and grind time. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been here. Like, Moon is the OG of OGs. And he talks that OG talk. He never changes. I was worried about him not finishing rounds because he does have the ability to just choke in Jersey and shit like that. But he was solid all three. I thought Li won this 2-1 edge. I just thought he was saying a little more creative stuff. Although I would say this is one of those battles where if the moments matter to you, Moon might win based off of just saying some of the more powerful shit. But it was spotty. It was like I'll say something powerful right here, but then I got like 8 to 10 more bars where I'm nothing's really landing for me. So it kind of was one of those battles where Li was just consistently jabbing, occasional big punch, jabbing. And Moon was like big haymaker, got the crowd hype, but then just kind of wasteful with the rest of his material. So I got Li 2-1. I believe I gave him second and third. I think I gave Moon the first. So shout out to both of them. Like I said, a solid battle. It's not ass or weak by any measure. Let's go. What else was next? I believe this was Dev the Demon versus Franchise. Now this is one I'm gonna get flack for, right? I'm gonna get flack for this because I know people got Franchise winning. Some people got him winning clearly. Let's just get right to the third. Dev chokes really bad in the third. Chokes a lot. He was just all over the place. Jersey, whatever. No, he didn't Jersey. He didn't quit the round. I believe he got through the round. He finished the round, but it was a wrap. It was a wrap. Choke. It was bad, 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 bad. People try to blame it on the drinking. I think he tried to blame it on the drinking. I'm not sure because in the first round he starts off the round, which was this was creative. I like the angle. He was saying, um, "I'm going to show y'all I'm like he had some liquor with him. I don't know if it might have just been some beer. It might not have been actual like liquor, but he had a drink with him. And he said, "We're going to drink for every time franchise says the following lines." Because people do get on him. I'm one who's got on franchise. We're kind of saying the same type of shit. The headshot, the sound effects with the silencer sounds like it's doing this. So he was trying to play on how predictable franchise is. So he said for every time he says any of these predictable lines that we are accustomed to hearing from franchise, I'm going to take a drink. And so throughout the battle, he was drinking to some predictable lines he felt franchise says and always says, to the point where people thought maybe he didn't remember his third because he was drinking. So that's what happened in the third. And I I don't know if that's true or not. But what I will say is franchise third was incredible. Probably one of the better rounds from franchise I've heard in a minute. Probably the best round I've heard from franchise since his first or second versus Jack Boy. That's been a minute. That's how I feel. But be that as it may, and I might be in the minority with this one. I got Dev winning the first two rounds. I think the second is not a debate. Everybody clearly got Dev in the second, but people just keep giving franchise the first, and I just don't. I don't see it. I don't see it. I feel like Dev was creative with the whole angle about drinking. I think he said some really dope shit in that first round too. I I think it's a toss up, and I think if you edge Dev in the first round, you shouldn't be criticized for that. So if he clearly got the second, if you got him edging the first, he won 2-1. But I feel like this era, if you choke, it's kind of like what happened with 40. Y'all can hate me for this. Like when 40 choked against official in the third, people just automatically gave official the first two rounds out of nowhere. And I don't think I just don't think that's right, man. It's a round per round thing. You don't give somebody the other rounds because in this particular round that battle or choke. That's just not how battle rap should work, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're discrediting all the work they put in for that particular round. Like it's a little lazy to me. But the majority got franchise winning. Gotta respect it. I had Dev winning 2-1, but it's kind of his fault. Like if you choke in the third, you giving people a reason to not vote for you. You know what I'm saying? You got to clean that up and do better. Like this is your chance to really like Dev should have been up there with real name Brandon as one of the performers of the night. Like this shit was on a silver platter for you, and even though I got you winning, I still wasn't like overly impressed. So you gotta make it right. Next battle, you gotta wow out all three. All right, next battle. Uh, Ron Compton versus Jack, I guess, was next. Ron Compton versus Jack. It's really nothing to talk about. Jack was pretty terrible. Ron Compton, this is like one of his bottom tier performances, but he won clearly 3-0. Like he wasn't nowhere near the best Ron Compton I've seen, but he won. We can move on. We really can move on. Like just I don't because only thing after this would be me saying how bad Jack was and how underwhelming Ron was, and I'm not here to just harp on that. The battle came and went. Ron won 3-0. They both got Step It Up next battle. Last battle was for money. It's for $1,000. Bobby Lee versus Primo. The battle went unanimously to Bobby Lee. I feel like Primo has powerful lines, but I feel like his setups are nice. It just takes a minute. It takes a minute before he starts spazzing, before he gets to that next level. Bobby Lee was just really consistent every round, saying some dope stuff every round, being a little more direct in his material. His approach was better. His charisma, his everything. I heard this is not his first time winning money this year, so he knows how to tailor his material to get that bag. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Bobby Lee. It was a unanimous decision. Like all the judges picked Bobby Lee, and I think that was fair. You might can give Primo a round, but really there was nothing to discuss. I don't even think he thought he won the battle. Really, like if you look at it, it's really not close. Now everybody knows what happened with A Ward versus Coffee. By now, if you don't know, A Ward was there. Shout out to A Ward, man. Coming from where he came from, he was on my show. The night before, telling me that he got a flight. He was like going to a wedding, and then he's gonna leave from the wedding and go straight to Cali the next day to be there the day of the battle. So he put in a lot of his hard time in making this battle and trying to put on for the fans. We know what happened with Coffee. She didn't show up. She said something about a restraining order, which people are saying isn't true. Nobody put a restraining order on her. She said it happened. I don't want to get into all that. She just didn't show up, so there was a no-show. A lot of us thought maybe it was going to be a makeup like the next day or something, but she went out of town, and that's what happened. So that battle didn't happen, but shout out to A Ward for showing up. I feel like Geechee's going to make this right. Kevin's going to make this right and book A Ward again and give him the proper debut that he deserves, and he'll be on the card again against somebody. We just gotta wait and see. But all in all, dope card. If I had to give it on a scale of 1 to 10, it's somewhere between like a 7.5 or an 8. No lower than a 7.5, probably no higher than an 8. It's in there, one of those two. And one of the better cards of the year if you really think about it, because it's not haven't been that many crazy cards around the battle rap world. You know what I'm saying? This might be it's like a top 5 card of the year. So salute to them for having some dope battles, for giving people a chance, and for having it free on Twitch. All right, so hopefully we can see them again. I know they're preparing for a card next year, and that's it. All right, and as always, keep it battle rap, love.